This is Barry Zalma speaking from my blog, Zalma on Insurance. Today we're going to talk a little bit about workers' compensation insurance and why an employer in Illinois is assessed $500 a day penalty because of a failure to maintain workers' compensation insurance. And found out how expensive it is to avoid paying for workers' compensation insurance. In Illinois Department of Insurance, Insurance Compliance Department versus v.USA Water and Fire Restoration, Inc., the Illinois Department of Insurance initiated an investigation after the Injured Workers Benefit Fund was added to a pending workers' compensation claim. The claim alleged a work-related injury during employment with the respondents who failed to maintain workers' compensation insurance. The companies involved was v.USA Water and Fire Restoration, Inc., which was incorporated in January of 2014 and dissolved in June of 2019 for failure to file annual reports and pay franchise taxes. It then operated under assumed names, including USA Board Up and Glass Co. and USA Plumbing and Sewer. The business involved rehabilitating structures damaged by fire or water, such as remodeling repairs, subjecting it to automatic coverage under the Illinois Workers' Compensation Act. Tad Christensen, who was later identified as the true officer of the companies, had a history of fraud, such as in 2005 an insurance fraud charges under Action Fire Restoration, which involved his imprisonment. The commission took judicial notice of Christensen's criminal history in reaching its conclusions. The Illinois Department of Insurance Security quarterly wage report showed employees up to 6 from February of 26 to August of 27 and from October of 2017 to April of 2018, with 0 reported in September of 2017. The Illinois Department of Revenue records confirmed business activities such as a 2017 tax return signed by Christensen, but there were incomplete filings. 145 total days were found to exist without coverage while doing business and employing workers. Antonio Smith, an investigator for the state, confirmed the companies were subject to the act and that there was no insurance during the violation periods. The law in Illinois provides jurisdiction and coverage for these disputes under Section 3(1) of the Act, Section 820 ILCS 305/3, automatically subjects employers to the act if engaged in erection, maintaining, removing, remodeling, altering, or demolishing of any structure. The company's fire, water restoration, and remodeling damaged structures business qualify. Section 4A of the Act requires all covered employers to secure workers' compensation coverage via insurance or commission-approved self-insurance. When they fail, there are penalties for their culpability. Section 4D of the Act provides that for a knowing and willful failure to comply with Section 4A, civil penalty of up to $500 per day per violation and minimum penalty of $10,000. Finding every day without coverage to be a separate offense and personal liability for the corporate officers and directors, such as Mr. Christensen, if they knowingly, willfully failed, and primary liability on the employer, secondary on officers, if unpaid within 30 days. The penalty factors imposed on the employer are: 1, duration of violation, here 145 days, which is significant even though not continuous. 2, number of claims, 1 pending. 3, prior awareness. 4, number of employees, up to 6. 5, ability to secure pay coverage. There was no evidence of inability. 6, mitigating circumstances. None were alleged. Intermittent prior coverage was noted in mitigation. And 7, ability to pay penalty. No evidence was presented. The findings of the agency was that the company and Christensen knowingly, willfully violated Section 4A and Rule 9100.90 during 145 days because there were employees present, business was active, and there was no coverage, nor was there self-insurance. The violation, therefore, was knowingly willful by inference from ignored notices, history of lapses, and non-appearances. The penalty assessed was a maximum of $500 a day at 145 days equals $72,500 against v.USA Water and Fire Restoration, Inc. and Tad Christensen. Exceeds the minimum $10,000 and is justified by the duration claim and awareness, tempered slightly by non-continuous lapses. Payable within 30 days by certified check or money order to the Commission. Enforceable as Circuit Court judgment, judicial review per Section 19F of the Act, and the bond was fixed at $75,000, finding that the debt was owed to the state, and they will execute on those judgments if not paid. In my opinion, workers' compensation systems allow injured workers to obtain compensation for work-related injuries without needing to prove anyone was responsible for the injury. It is a no-fault process, and it is a crime in almost every state to fail to report accurately employees for workers' compensation insurance, and a failure to provide any coverage always requires punishment, which this case provided. This video was adapted from my blog, Salmon Insurance, which is available free to anyone who clicks on the URL salma.com/blog. You can subscribe to the blog, and if you do, you receive notice of every blog posting, usually 5, sometimes 6 a week, and you'll also gain access to the more than 5,200 blog postings. Please tell your friends and colleagues about this blog so that they too can subscribe to the blog and or the videos on YouTube and rumble.com. They're all free. And if you're interested in further detail about insurance law, insurance claims, and insurance fraud, please consider, for a very small fee, subscribing to my Substack publication. Thank you for your attention.